Hello friends, today we'll study about half-life. So what is half-life? Half-life of a reaction is that time in which the concentration of the reactant becomes half of the initial concentration, right? And it is represented by T half. So we will find half-life for a zero order reaction, right? So for zero order reaction, what is K? K is equals to, I hope the video is filming. Yeah. So K is equals to, K is the rate constant and it is equals to R naught minus R upon T. So R naught is the initial concentration of reactant. R is the concentration of reactant at time T, right? So I said that half-life is the time at which the reactant concentration becomes half of the initial concentration. So here the T will be denoted by T half and R will become half of R naught, right? And we will put these two things in this equation, and I am taking T here and K here. I'll interchange their positions. So it will becomes T half, it will equals to R naught minus half R naught. In place of R I have kept 1 by 2 R naught, right? And upon K. So now what will happen? R naught minus half R naught will become half R naught, right? So I am writing here R naught minus half R naught will be half R naught. So T half will be equals to, now half R naught upon K will become R naught upon 2K. So it will become R naught upon 2K. So this is the final equation for calculating the half-life of zero order reaction, right? So this is the final equation. Now you can see that half-life of the zero order reaction is directly proportional to the initial concentration of reactant. Half-life is directly proportional to initial concentration of reactant, right? Now we will find the half-life of first order reaction. So let us see how to find out half-life of first order reaction. Now I will find for first order. So for first order reaction, what is K? K is equals to 2.303 upon T, and here log R naught upon R, right? So this is the K for zero order reaction. Now we will put, instead of T half, because we are finding the half-life, and then instead of R we will put 1 by 2 R naught. So now, and I will interchange the position of K and T. So here T half will be equals to 2.303 upon K, and here this will become 1 by 2 R naught, right? So you will see that R naught and R naught will cancel out and 2 will go in the numerator. So R naught cancel out, 2 goes in numerator. So you will get log 2, right? Because 1 by 2 is in the denominator, so 2 will go in the numerator, and you will get T half is equals to 2.303 upon K log 2. Now you know log 2 is 0.301. Log 2 is 0.301. So log 2 value will be multiplied by 2.303. So it will come out to be 0.693. So finally what will you get? Finally what will you get? T half is equals to 2.303 multiplied by 0.301, because log 2 is 0.301 upon k. So 0.693 upon k. So this is the half-life of first order reaction, right? So by seeing this equation, what you get, that half-life of the first order reaction is independent of the concentration of reactant, right? It is not dependent on the concentration of reactant, but only you have to know the rate constant value, and you can find the half-life of the first order reaction, or vice versa, right? So now we will discuss some questions on this topic. Now we will see some questions. First question is that for first order reaction, the K value, that is rate constant value, is 5.5 into 10 raised to minus 14 per second. And you have to calculate the T half, that is half-life. So we have found out that half-life of first order reaction is 0.693 upon K. So K is 5.54 or 5.5 into 10 raised to minus 14 per second. So you will get T half in seconds, right? You will just calculate these value and you will get T half. So this is simple question. Now next question is that for the completion of 99.9% of reaction, show that the time for completion of this reaction is 10 times of the half-life, right? So you have to show the time for completion of 99.9% reaction is the 10 times of T half, that is half-life. This is the question. So first you will find that this time, you know, T half is 0.693 upon K. This is the case of first order reaction, right? So K for first order reaction, this is for zero order. This is for first order reaction. Okay, so for first order, the K value is 0.2303 upon T, and here log R naught upon R, right? So R value for 99.9% will be equals to what? R will be equals to R naught initial concentration minus 0.999 R naught. Okay, because the percentage value is changed, so it will divided by 100, 99.9 divided by 100 will become 0.999 R naught. So this is the R value. Now this will be equals to, R will be equals to, now 1 minus 0.99 will become 0.001, right? 0.001 R naught. Now 0.001 is also equals to 10 raised to minus 3 R naught. So finally we get R is equals to 10 raised to minus 3 R naught, and we will put this value 10 raised to minus 3 R naught here. So what will we get? So K will be equals to 2.303, here it is 2.303 upon T log R naught upon 10 raised to minus 3 R naught, right? Now 10 raised to minus 3 in the denominator will become 10 raised to plus 3 in the numerator, and R naught will cancel out. So here it will become what? It will become 10 raised to 3, right? Now log 10 raised to 3 is what? It is only 3, because according to maths rule, log 10 raised to 3 is 3. So this will become 3. So 2.303 into 3 upon t, and it will come out to be k is equals to 6.909 upon t, or t is equals to 6.909 upon k. So this is the time required for completion of 99.9% reaction. Now you have to show that this time is equals to 10 times of half-life. So you know that half-life of first order reaction is what? Half-life of first order reaction is 0.693 upon k, right? Now you just have to divide both the equation to see whether it is 10 times or not. So when you will divide both the equation, divided by k is in both the equations, so it will be cancel out, right? So what will you get? 6.909 upon 0.693 will be equals to approximately 10. So t by t half is equals to 10. So time for 99.9% reaction is 10 times of half-life. So this is what we have to show. So we have proved it, right? Now we will sum up all the things we have studied so far in this chapter. So now we will sum up all the topic. So for zero order reaction, the reaction is of type reactant is changed to product. R gives P. So differential form of this reaction will be dr by dt is equals to minus k. For zero order reaction, the differential form is dr by dt upon minus k, right? And for first order reaction, when the reaction type is R gives P, the differential rate equation is dr by dt is equals to minus kr. Because it is first order reactions, therefore the reactant's power is 1. Here it was reactant's power 0, so it was only minus k, but here it is minus k into R concentration, right? Now integrated form of zero order reaction is Kt is equals to R naught minus R, that is initial concentration of reactant minus final concentration of reactant, right? Now for first order reaction, the integrated form of the equation will be or rate law will be Kt is equals to ln R naught upon R, right? So here it was R naught minus R for zero order reaction Kt, but here Kt is equals to ln R naught upon R, and R naught is the initial concentration of reactant, R is the final concentration of the reactant. Half-life for zero order reaction is R naught upon 2k. We have just derived in this video. And half-life for first order reaction is 0.693 upon k, right? And k is the rate constant. So in first order reaction, the half-life is independent of concentration of reactant. But for zero order reaction, it was dependent on the concentration of reactant, and it was directly proportional. Now straight line plot for zero order reaction is when we draw R concentration versus time plot, right? So concentration of reactant will be on the y-axis, time will be on the x-axis, and you will get a straight line like this, and its slope will be minus k. right? Similarly, for first order reaction, if you draw a plot between ln r versus t, that is time, you will get a straight line plot with the slope minus k. In both the case, the slope will be minus k. And here also ln r will be on y-axis and time will be on x-axis, right? And the unit of rate constant for zero order reaction will be mole per liter per second, and for first order the unit of k, that is rate constant's unit, will be per second. So these are the differences between zero order and first order reaction. So I hope you got the topic. Thank you.